30 points per game, the third Thunder to win the scoring title. Russell Westbrook did it twice, Kevin Durant 4 times. Morant's 3, no good.
More impactful in their half-court offense because of the passing of Hartenstein.
Bane misfire on the 3, batted around and controlled by Holmgren.
Slid a little bit and picks up an offensive foul.
Back-to-back turnovers by Memphis. And a foul called on Hartenstein over the best defensive team in the league this year in Oklahoma City. And right on cue with a deflection by Hartenstein. Jackson was open in the corner, missed the 3. Edey, what a block by Holmgren. Best defensive team in the league this year in Oklahoma City. And right on cue with a deflection by Hartenstein. Jackson was open in the corner, missed the 3. Edey, what a block by Holmgren. Turns away Edey at the rim. And now Holmgren going coast to coast. Missed the shot. Bodies hit the floor.
Many opportunities when they played the regular season.
Air ball by Williams, but Dort got the offensive rebound. Now Dort buries a 3. Career year for Lou Dort in three-point shooting. We know how good he is as a defender. Been made 173, shooting better than 41% from out there. Morant doubled. Dort hits the deck. Morant, tough shot. Well defended, Dort.
First quarter, they'll sprinkle in some possessions, but that's very early to hit them with that look.
And my apologies to Mark. Ashley Kerr is her name, not Ashley Kent. Hartenstein there with the stick back. Here in the first quarter, Memphis with the ball down 4. Morant got the defender off his feet. Another floater off the front iron. He couldn't believe he left it short. Front iron. He couldn't believe he left it short. Holmgren penetrates, attacking Bagley, stripped, but a foul called on Conchar for the reach-in.
Of his game against bigger defenders, and he really wanted that one back because he left it on the front rim.
And again, that ankle looks...
Because their guards fight so hard over the top of screens, so you're able to get into the paint. Where OKC is special is that net got that second jump off so quickly.
Step back 3, too strong by Shea. Holmgren then lost it, but another Memphis foul.
Incredible left-hand tip there by Aldama, who really barely had come down and got that second jump off so quickly.
Step back 3, too strong by Shea. Holmgren then lost it, but another Memphis foul.
And Mark Daigneault said, given the alternative, he'll take this every day of the week because it represents fresh, energized legs and get everybody at full strength. But clearly there could be some shooting issues early when you've been off this long.
And they're 1 for 6 from 3. They're making their free throws, though. His last game against the Thunder in the regular season, he went 1 for 12. So already better than that tonight with 2 of 3. Holmgren for 3. First basket of the game for Chet Holmgren. Three-point shooter, near 40% for the big guy.
Not a certain type of physical profile works against him, a scheme. He's got everything in his package offensively.
Morant 4 of 10, 11 points, the only Grizzly player in double figures. Oklahoma City only has 2. That would be Wiggins and Hartenstein. Morant drives, can't finish. Boy, at some point you wonder, as a foul is called here, Jackson gets tangled up with Holmgren.
In front of them, they were going to come out with this level of intensity.
Katie has more.
Well, guys, Chet Holmgren says you don't necessarily feel comfortable in the playoffs, but having been through it for the first time a year ago, playing in 10 playoff games, in the playoffs, but having been through it for the first time a year ago, playing in 10 playoff games, Holmgren says there's a sense of knowing what to expect that settles you down right on cue. I got to tell you
that this was their first time going through that. Now, they were playing against 2 all-time great offensive talents in Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. The stars for Memphis, Jaren Jackson, 1 rebound and 2 points. Ja Morant had 11 points, but he was 4 of 11 from the floor. And now the Thunder pushed their lead to a game-high 37. This is the 1-8 matchup in the West. Boston-Orlando is the 2-7. Dort left alone in front of the Thunder bench, and he drills another 3. Now, a name that when he got the job, not a lot of people knew. He was with Jim Calhoun as a manager at Connecticut from 2003 to 2007.
10 feet of them on those early looks. OKC not going to take their foot off the gas as you would expect here. Shea downhill. Chet just can't finish.
47-point game midway through the third quarter of game 1. Bane underneath to Aldama. And good defense again by Holmgren, who's been outstanding defensively at the rim. 47-point game midway through the third quarter of game one. Bain underneath to Aldama. And good defense again by Holmgren. Holmgren has been outstanding defensively at the rim. And now he runs the break, takes it himself. Offensive rebound, Jalen Williams. Joe controls it. Holmgren will let it fly. That's good. 13th three-pointer for Oklahoma City in the third. 50-point lead. Morant fouled. He'll go to the line.
This Thunder team has been super impressive in the way that they play basketball as a young roster.
Well, it's been fun to watch those two get comfortable. Harden taking over for Taylor Jenkins, who was relieved of his duties at the end of March. Holmgren, hard fake over the top of Jackson, and Jaren Jackson is whistled here. You always defend the bigs.
I have to. I mean, it's a guard's world. I have to defend the big.
Games with the right hip fracture. Suffered that injury early part of November. Second significant injury for him, obviously, in game one. The other veteran piece, how does he bounce back? Gets it back on the miss, and Memphis still 6 straight points for the Thunder to start. And Memphis 0 of 9 shooting. Who do they turn to? Pippen Jr. short on the 3. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, maybe his first significant touch nearly 4 minutes into the game. Holmgren from deep, that's good. And one of the most prolific offensive seasons in NBA history. John Morant zigzags to the cup. Holmgren got a piece. Look at the versatility, the 7-footer in the open floor. Officials look like they're going to get Pippen Jr. on a reach-in. OKC number 16 in the league this season at three-point percentage. Jalen Pippen Jr. going to reset as we come up on the midway point of this first quarter. Pippen left open, he was poised.
And those are the shots you got to knock down.
John Conchar. Marvin Bagley Jr. into the game. Jaren Jackson back in as well as.
Candace, I'm a little disappointed after seeing Ja this morning and shoot around and Chet knocked down a big 3. I just expected a little more fire. That last play, Candace, if I'm being real with our viewers, that was a little too nonchalant for me.
With us. He's now 0 for 6. Holmgren on a 3.
And what did Scottie Pippen Jr. say? They got to play with pace, and that's how they've been playing. And been getting out before the Thunder.
Tuomas Isolo, the Helsinki, Finland-born interim head coach who joined his team last summer. That is Holmgren from deep. But the Thunder now starting to catch fire again. Desmond Bain, mid-range J, back rim, rebound Holmgren.
For a collapsing defense to get out and contest, and also a fantastic offensive rebounding team because they shoot the ball so well, but they're a timely offensive rebounding team.
Unreal. Hartenstein rips it away from Edey and Jackson. Edey got a fingertip on it.
Rudy, I see it, but not on that defensive possession. They got to secure the ball.
One and done for the Grizz. Look at Holmgren in the open floor, working against this man, and Morant.
And that right there is the extra effort.
One and done for the Grizz. Look at Holmgren in the open floor, working against this man, and Morant.
And that right there is the extra effort. SGA just seems like he's a little off in that mid-range. We've seen him be so automatic.
Where Chet Holmgren just swallowed up Desmond Bain. Comes Williams on the attack, the kick, Dort, extra feed, Holmgren. Scoring his 20th point,
back-to-back buckets.
Alex Caruso, here's John Conchar getting some run. Out to Pippen, 4 to shoot, leaps into the paint, and he goes glass. And he's headed to the free throw.
Loss. I mean, the mentality of your team, the heart, soul was questioned for the last 2 days. How would they respond? How would you respond as a first-time head coach? And how would they respond? How would you respond as a first-time head coach? And he said in the last timeout, now they're...
And here they are now within 9 points as we play late stages third quarter.
Sometimes as a guard, when you just drive to the paint and you know how to spray the ball out at every single position.
Final minute of the quarter. Holmgren coming over to get Jackson, but the stick-to-itiveness underneath. Thunder have drawn and forced 4 turnovers on Memphis' last 5 possessions. Sweet little touch. And right there, it's Wallace just ripping it away from Aldama. Holmgren
against the Lakers. Let's see if they can do that again.
SGA to set up to Holmgren, open 3. Williams had to fire. The shot clock didn't reset.
Once again.
Just beating him to the spot. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's short. SGA probing. Hartenstein. Holmgren still working. SGA probing. Hartenstein. Holmgren still working.
The missed floater. And then the hustle back on the other end with the game out of reach.
Games this season was mind-numbing.
It doesn't matter what gym, where you're at.
They're just a bunch of hoopers. Love to play. Holmgren got a piece. And the exclamation point.
Your go-to players set the tone. They set up those others to be able to play well and be in great position. And these friendly baskets, usually the ball goes in. You get the friendly bounce.
Not that time for Scottie Pippen Jr. This is off the bottom of the basket, so a little break for Memphis and an underneath out of bounds for the group. Hired him to be one of Taylor Jenkins' top assistants last summer. As Chet Holmgren now has missed on his first 2 takes.
You know, from the field against this Thunder defense.
Morant to the rim, a little bit of body bumping down low, no whistle. Tells you about all you need to know. Beautiful dive to the basket. Holmgren couldn't squeeze it. 2-on-1 break. Pippen out to Bain, open 3. Unbelievable. They hit 10 in game 2 as Aldama is able to connect. Let's see who the officials get here with Holmgren. Let's check in with Dennis.
All right, guys, this is the lineup that we talked with Coach Daggs about, having Chet at the 5 and 4 guards, because defensively, this is the...
Let's check in with Dennis.
All right, guys, this is the lineup that we talked with Coach Daggs about, having Chet at the 5 and 4 guards, because defensively, this
team, Kansas, maybe unlike any team that we've ever seen in recent memory with their depth. Jackson misfires in tight.
Really doing a great job of providing energy and effort on the defensive end. And then you got Holmgren. Looked like he got fouled on that play. Really doing a great job of providing energy and effort on the defensive end. And then you got Holmgren. Looked like he got fouled on that play. And doing a great job on SGA and then coming in and securing the rebound. You got to get back and get your defense set. So no bad shots for Memphis, because guess what? It usually leads to...
As we sit in for the second half, we have not been given any medical update yet on John Morant. He's still being looked at in the Grizzlies locker room as Oklahoma City with possession, and they begin the second half with a Chet Holmgren 3. First basket of the night for Chet Holmgren, who missed his first 4 after he was red hot in game 2. Scottie Pippen Jr. misses on the baseline.
First 2 games that they were exhausted from the travel and the type of basketball required.
Holmgren 3-pointer won't go. Oh boy, now Pippen takes a little bit of a bump. So Jaren Jackson now 3 of 7. He's got a dozen. A lot more of the scoring load on his shoulders with Morant done for the night. Williams, they got a piece. Bain underneath. It's Holmgren. A lot more of the scoring load on his shoulders with Morant done for the night. Williams, they got a piece. Bain underneath. It's Holmgren. In this third quarter, Pippen. Officials are going to get Holmgren here. Loose ball. Williams 5 to shoot into the corner. Holmgren from deep. That's good.
What a luxury to have, a stretch 4.
Jalen Williams probing.
Right here.
Holmgren
has been
dials it up again from deep. And here comes Oklahoma City.
Obviously, Scottie Pippen Jr. having to handle a lot more of the ball handling and initiating and creating within the offense.
Holmgren coming hard. A quick spin move.
Pace. You need to play with pace before the Thunder defense is set. You can't rely on the threes where the ball doesn't touch the paint.
Again, this was a 26-point game at halftime. You're starting to get those uneasy feelings in this building. Holmgren!
Gotta guard Holmgren. He's heating up. It's the size of the ocean. They needed that one to go.
Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson, the two guys everyone's looking at here. Holmgren. Memphis in the third quarter was just 5 of 17 shooting. Jackson has his pocket picked. And again, how do they get their offense now recalibrated? Holmgren, corner three, well short. Injury situation looming over that series. NBA.com, visit the NBA app.
And what your three unlocks is a hard closeout.
Jackson. SGA defending with 5 fouls. Jackson's floater missed it. Gilgeous-Alexander defended by 2. Left wing Caruso into the paint. Holmgren. We are knotted here in Memphis.
With their closer with the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander, the spin. Holmgren. Conchar in the game, Bane into the corner. Here comes Kennard to the rack. A little bit of contact, gets it to Conchar. That's short. Rebound, Holmgren.
36 points. Can you call it quiet? I don't think you can call it a quiet 36, but...
Jackson. Contact. Jalen Williams trying to draw contact. No whistle.
Regardless, going forward, whether this is a game 4 or they're extending the series, they gotta find their rhythm from beyond the arc.
Scottie Pippen Jr. has really stepped into that point of attack defender role since the absence of Jalen Wells as Aldama dials up a 3. 5 of their first 7. And Scottie Pippen Jr. gets his first bucket. Hartenstein out to Holmgren. Pippen Jr. against Hartenstein. Jackson finally on the box, and then they double team with Holmgren sneaking in with that help defense. Interim tag removed. Just wonder where this franchise goes from here if their season is to end here.
And it takes a little bit of an adjustment for Memphis in this second quarter.
Played 32 games without John Morant this season. They went 18 and 14 in his absence. Holmgren. So Memphis, boy, you look at the stat sheet. They're shooting 50% from the field without John Morant. But beautiful Euro step.
Now guarded by Caruso. Caruso's trying to clear some space. One Bane. No. Edey trying to pack it back.
Hoping that he has found a home here long term with Memphis. Holmgren transition 3 short. Him, guy who's set to be a restricted free agent this summer. 9 points for Aldama. So 9 points for Bane, and Memphis has retaken the lead. Here comes Jalen Williams underneath. Holmgren couldn't squeeze it. So 9 points for Bane, and Memphis has retaken the lead. Here comes Jalen Williams underneath. Holmgren couldn't squeeze it. And just a little embellishment?
A little embellishment, I'll give it to him. But he got the ref to believe it, so rightfully so.
Did you ever embellish?
Never. 8 minutes and 42 seconds into the third.
Pippen Jr. Hartenstein to steal. 3-on-1 run out. Holmgren to the rack. Nasty finish. Williams out to Jackson for the reset. Again, Triple J playing a lot of time on the perimeter. Here comes Pippen Jr. Holmgren swallows him up. And look at Chet running the break. Wiggins the finish. Williams out to Jackson for the reset. Again, Triple J playing a lot of time on the perimeter. Here comes Pippen Jr. Holmgren swallows him up. And look at Chet running the break. Wiggins the finish. Williams out to Jackson for the reset. Again, Triple J playing a lot of time on the perimeter. Here comes Pippen Jr. Holmgren swallows him up. And look at Chet running the break. Wiggins the finish.
SGA from getting to that mid-range spot.
Here comes Pippen, driving kick. Jackson, spot up 3, misses. Pippen flailing at it, and home.
Boy, you hit it on the head, partner. Doing everything. Bain leans, blocked by SGA, out of bounds.
More punitive for Memphis. 4 different Grizzlies starters have 5 personals. Jackson, Edey, Bain, and Pippen Jr. Memphis team have left. Chet Holmgren, so much of his offseason working on his shooting motion. Contact, another offensive rebound. Pippen Jr. And now the officials are going to say loose ball foul. They're going to get Edey. 26 at the free throw line. Holmgren to the rim, missed it. As we hit 3 minutes. Pippen Jr. weaves his way underneath. Holmgren picks his pocket. Pippen Jr. weaves his way underneath. Holmgren picks his pocket.
Get the ball back on this next possession. Who do you go to? Scottie Pippen Jr. has generated so much offense for the Grizzlies.
Boy, what a sequence for Holmgren.